So for this next part, I'm going to hide that far side body. Let's come in there and we'll hide that so that way we can concentrate on this near side body. I'm going to do some fillets and then we'll get into shelling this out and putting a couple of stiffening ribs or other features that are in there. And so I like to start with the larger fillets first. That's really a good best practice. And if you noticed, my general practice that I worked with here is I add mass first, take material away, and then fillets and rounds. That's just something I learned early on working with 3D CAD software, and it's stuck, and it's worked very well for me over the years. So going to the fillet command, this first one I want to establish is an 18 millimeter fillet, and I'm going to select this edge, and we'll go ahead and apply that. It's a very large blending radius that will happen right there for us. The next one that I want to use is over on our manual side. So instead of Fillet Expert, I'm going to flip over to manual for a moment. I'm going to use the full round fillet. And with the full round fillet, there's three boxes here: face set 1, center face, and face set 2. And these are pretty large boxes, and they kind of imply that you can do more than one face at a time, and you can. But the rules are that you have to create one continuous fillet. So if you have 3 faces here, 1 face here, and 4 or 5 faces here, it can make a one continuous fillet, but that's the main rule. So we'll say face set 1, center face, and then face set 2. Get a nice preview there, and right click quickly to accept that, and now we see that we have a full round fillet based on our bridge. All right, sticking with the theme of the larger radiuses first. So we'll go back into that fillet command. I'll get back over on the Fillet Expert side, and let's get down into some 5 millimeter fillets. I want to choose this edge and this edge, and we'll hit apply on those. And you notice how SOLIDWORKS is really good about understanding how we want to project that geometry. Before that fillet, we had a little bitty step over in there, but you can see we get a nice rounded edge that's applied as part of that. So now I want to switch over to some 2 millimeter fillets, and we'll catch these hard corners out here. And I do break these up kind of in a feature basis. Fillet Expert is really good about allowing us to combine fillet sets, but because I'm in the design phase of a lot of this, I may want to come back and make some changes and edits. And having these broke up, not into each individual edge being its own fillet, but having logical sets of fillets makes a lot of sense whenever you're putting these things together. So there's some 2 millimeter fillets there, and then we'll start to use some of our automatic sets. Grab those. Let's see what else we need to blend off. Let's grab this one here and this one here. And you notice how those wrap around. One of the things that's really great about our filleting tool is this tangent propagation option that I have set. It allows quick selection of 2 edges to wrap that fillet all the way around, making that very nice and neat. Same way here on getting these 2 edges. Say okay there, and we start to get this thing looking very nicely, ready to get blended. We'll back up and go to some 3 millimeter fillets for a moment, and let's get these guys right here. Here we go, and then I'll go back to a 2. We get this edge, and then I think I'm ready to do this guy right here. So they're more complicated. Notice how those don't automatically highlight. We hit apply and we're going to let it churn a little bit. It's going to try to find a way in order to blend those in. One of the more complicated things that we do designing molded products is being able to get our fillets and our rounds in. And so this is some of the things that can happen. Because of the geometry and the order of operation, I've created some areas in here that are not quite as clean. And so what we can do is I'm going to stop here and I'm going to back up for a second. And I'm going to go to that last fillet feature that I created. But you notice that as I'm looking for this, that wasn't the last fillet. The fillet expert will take and it will combine fillet sets together, or it will expand them as needed, reorder them in such a way that we get the rounds and fillets the way SOLIDWORKS can compute them. So I might want to come in here and pick up a couple of additional selections. Now when we progress through this, everything's blended nice and neat.